are back with more of My Southern Home, and I'm here with Will Harris with Will Harris Homes. And Will, I love the home that we're in right now because it is a classic transitional, and we were just in a farmhouse, and that just shows the versatility of what you can build, which is really important when you're hiring a custom builder like yourself.
Yeah, so we've spoken a lot about the fact that I consider this a team approach at Will Harris Homes, and I do have a great team, but it allows us to be more versatile. We get all walks of life in our office, and of course a very diverse house plan. And so, I like to think that there's any house plan that we can take on. We've never shied away from a project. So, this is a classic transitional. I think we've shot from a modern farmhouse. We can do traditional work, timeless work. So I take a lot of pride in that because we actually build in every market, and that's very difficult to do. And it takes a village, it really does. So I have a very talented team, and it starts with that initial meeting where we look at that house plan and make sure that we're capturing their vision for what they want. And then of course, walking them through the design phase and the build. Communication is supremely important, and we've talked about that as well. But we do take a lot of the pride in the fact that we're versatile, yes.
I love the fact that in a previous interview we talked about allowances and making sure that the allowances match their style, which is what April does.
Sure,
for
that's
your
right.
team.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Because that is when people go over budget.
Sure, and it's impossible to know as a builder what an allowance should be for, let's say, cabinetry, for example, if we don't know what their tastes are. So, in working with these homeowners, Grant and Catherine Niebuhr, they went and shopped and met with all of our vendors before we went to contract. That way we could communicate with our vendors, and our vendors could coach us up on that appropriate number or allowance, and they had a realistic budget moving forward.
Well, in the interview earlier that we had with Eric, we talked about controlling those expectations, and that's really important for you as a team.
Sure. We almost meet to the point with our customers to the point that we feel like we annoy them. We have progress meetings, we call them, frequently. And the reason we do that is it's important that we're on the same page. And it also mitigates the risk that we could miscommunicate something, or we're having to go back and correct a mistake. So Eric does a great job, and now of course April's on the job site as well as the project coordinator, and so she's keeping record of all those selections. So if we're on site and we can't remember, okay, what did we pick out for this certain fixture? She's working back through that file, oh, here it is. And so it really, it reduces the risk that we get off kilter.
All right, well, thank you so much, Will. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, always a pleasure.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.